Hello and good morning. It's Friday morning. Just about to start this thing actually. Better get onto it. Get right on it. So you do it. Press the button. Press the button and hope it comes on. It will in a minute. There you go. Routines. I'm going for blemish repair. There we have it. Anyway, so just a quick word about Becki Jones that I mentioned before. I thought I'd actually look and see if there's anything that's been written in the mainstream media about her. And I was really shocked at some of the disgusting headlines that have been written about her. She lives up in Ellesmere Port, and all the sort of papers local to that area, Liverpool Echo and so on, had written things like TikTok's most hated woman leaves social media. Well, along the lines of that. I mean, what? Seriously. Then I also watched a video that was uploaded to YouTube. There you go, for the second phase of another. Well, I guess primarily YouTube's probably on other channels, and he was going on about how his favourite in inverted commas TikToker Becki Jones had left. And to be quite honest, I watched probably about a quarter of this video, in which I'd say he was fairly just snide and nasty. You know, he was presenting himself as being nice, but he wasn't. But anyway, here we go. So, Nikocado, Avocado. Now, I didn't know this, but he was actually born in Kherson in Ukraine, and he's 32 years old. His parents came over to the USA. They settled in Pennsylvania, where he was brought up. He got married to his partner, I think it's called All in Home, in 2017. So they've been married since then. And his partner had an online presence and encouraged him to set up a YouTube channel. So he did. Now, he'd actually trained to be a professional violinist, and that had initially been his ambition to do that. But I think he went to go and live in New York, and then he found out that he couldn't get enough jobs to support himself. So he worked in various places, doing various things, Home Depot, places like that. Anyway, so his husband encouraged him to set up a YouTube account, and initially he was a lifestyle influencer, vlogger, because he was vegan, so he did vegan lifestyle stuff, and also he played his violin as well. And then he announced that he was no longer going to become a vegan because he didn't like the other online vegan, other vegan influencers. He said the vegan community was hostile and mentally unbalanced. So, was it? Because, I mean, some of the things that he's done certainly aren't normal, I would say. But there you go. Anyway, he started doing mukbang videos. And a mukbang, for those that don't know, is where you eat copious amounts of food and quite loudly. So I guess it has kind of like an ASMR content to it as well. Now, what else did he do? Oh yeah. I think it was last year. He released a video because he'd put on a huge amount of weight. Like, he was very huge. And he released a video last year, I think it was May last year, saying that he'd given up on his weight loss journey because it hadn't worked. I think that was, and then he went off-piste, so he went off-grid for quite a few months, in which he then released another video where he had lost I think it said like 240 pounds, something like that. So basically he got back down to where he'd been before, and And that video in itself, I think it said that it got 26 million views. It was his most successful video ever, and he called it 2 Steps Ahead. And what he said was that he'd done this by pre-recording content and then releasing it. And all the while, whilst he was doing, once he'd finished doing that and he'd start uploading everything else, he just went back. He went on a diet and he lost all his weight. He also had, I think he said he'd had a number of surgical procedures to remove excess skin, various body sort of augments. I believe that's what he said that he'd done. So there. He has a media presence on almost every platform that you can imagine. Everything from OnlyFans, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Patreon, probably other ones as well that I don't know of. But yeah, that's what he does. Anyway, today I shall be going to Ockham Farm. We're going to go and have some lunch. Snoops was supposed to have gone in for an operation today, but I had a telephone call yesterday saying that was cancelled because they didn't have an anaesthetist. So, I mean, that happens. In all honesty, he got in at pretty short notice anyway, so I can't imagine that he'll have to wait a huge amount of time now for this operation that he's going to have. And also, we're going on holiday. I'm going on holiday soon anyway, but we're going on another holiday at the end of, I think, sort of end of September-ish, beginning of October. And we're going to take, so there's me and there's Phil, Snoops, and there's going to be Snowy, and Banksy. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of bags, and I don't think we can fit all that in the Mercedes. So we might have to take Phil's car, which is a tank. Just checking. I've got 1.5 minutes, less than 1.5 minutes on this now. And so I was looking into hiring a kind of minibus. A minibus. It's £214 just for a day. So I think what we're probably going to do is, and it's only another £40 to do an airport transfer. Get someone to drive us up there. But I think what we're going to do is we'll just take the tank. We're going to take the tank. Look. Come with me whilst I count down on my cryoglow. Here we go. 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 33, 32. By gum. Can your belly touch your bum? Can your tits hang low? Can you tie 'em in a bow? There's some more to that, but I don't know what it is. We're nearly on the final 10 seconds of this. Hurrah! Hurrah for CryoGlow. Keep getting notifications from eBay. They want me to buy more stuff off them. But I'm not going to.